last chance. No beating around the bush.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Blake Production.
What is good, homies? Alright, this is the last video for the weekend. So it's just a little breakdown of a few stocks I want to pay attention in the coming weeks and months leading into next year. So obviously starting off with Glxy. I think we're getting a setup here because we had a big push, and now this pullback is going to be important because I feel like we're going to develop some sort of pattern that's going to help us continue higher here. So if you look directly at, this is SI, another crypto related stock, right? If you look at this stock, look what happened here. So we had a big push from this. It looks kind of very similar to Glxy. We had a long period of accumulation. We had a big push, and then it created a pattern, some sort of triangle, and then it broke up higher. I think Glxy is doing the same thing here. So we have our earnings tomorrow. Who knows what the earnings is going to be? We also, what's going on with this NASDAQ news, eh? Waiting for that to see if it's happening on Glxy or not. But overall, I think we're setting up some sort of pattern to go higher. So if this ends up going any lower, it's buy the dip. Look at this dip right here. It got eaten up huge by a bullish engulfing. Looks pretty interesting here for Glxy. So I think it's setting up a pattern. I do think it's going to go higher. First target, $60. So we have Mvis here. I kind of wanted to pay attention to this because it's starting to remind me of the way Lucid kind of panned out here. When Lucid bottomed here, we had some sort of bull flag pattern kind of where we kind of just had a big bounce. We curled back and had another big bounce. So I'm wondering, is it going to be similar here for Mvis? Because we had a long period of consolidation and a very sharp pullback. So from the very highs, we went down like 75%. But since the top of June till now, we went down 70%. So I'm thinking maybe we might get a nice decent bounce here in the coming weeks on Mvis. I'm thinking it's just a quick trade, honestly, unless some crazy news comes out. I want to see us break over this 994 range before I consider it like a official breakout, of course. Now, Arkk here. I want to start paying attention to Arkk because it's had a huge run in 2020, right? Massive run. And now we've been consolidating since February. So I think we're going to allow this to do like, it's just let it consolidate and let it develop a pattern. But I think gathering shares under 128 might be a pretty decent trade idea, where eventually, if you're thinking that this name could eventually break up above 128, anything under it would be kind of on sale in a sense, because right now that's our supply zone. So if that is the case, and this stock does want to go back to all-time highs, it'd be a 23% trade. Or if it ends up wanting to go parabolic again, there's a big trade in here, right? So I think it'll eventually slide out a lot further because this was a massive run. It was at like $34, right? 300% trade on a pretty strong ETF. So we might need a longer period of consolidation, but I'm keeping it on the watch list for the coming months. And Krispy Kreme here, Dnut, the donut. We got to break up over this trend line. I want to start paying attention to it just because it looks like we might be able to, if we look at our volume profile here, come back up to this range. I'm thinking $17 might be a nice bounce because we double bottomed here. We get a nice bounce up to $17, 17% trade there. So I think the opportunity is coming, but I want to see how it plays in the coming weeks. I don't really know Krispy Kreme's business from like fundamental perspective, but I just look at the Krispy Kreme in Mississauga and it's always packed. So I wonder how it is in the States. If anybody knows how Krispy Kreme's financials are, just comment down below if they're good or not. But I think that's all we got for the breakdown this week. Cheers.